Yoki Genyo homies, Wade Willis here to break down episodes 1 and 2 of Higurashi Sotsu. I've been waiting for this since Go ended, and this did not disappoint at all. In my opinion, I feel like these first two episodes were actually stronger than Go. Go started off with a questions arc, and this is an answers arc, so it is hard to compare because the story is way different when you're looking at it from the answers way. But I just feel like this is starting off with a bang. In my opinion, the animation is better, the sound, music, everything is just better, and it seems like Passion. I thought they did a really good job with Go, but I feel like they've really come into their own, and so it's the way. Kind of the artistic choices that they're making to show emphasis on certain things and show the madness in the different characters. I think they're doing a really good job. And I was really pleasantly surprised with how different the animation was, but also gave it the same feel. And guys, before I go any further, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel for tons of other When They Cry content. I have other anime content as well, but I'm going to be doing these reaction, analysis videos. I have an Umineko playthrough video, and I'll have the next piece of that out. So, yeah, please subscribe. Trying to get to 2,000 subscribers, and getting pretty close to it. And I'd love for my When They Cry counterparts to support the channel. And back to kind of the vibe and atmosphere that was created, I felt like in the first two episodes, particularly the second, I felt like I gave really Twin Peaks vibes. And if you guys haven't seen Twin Peaks, it is a weird show. David Lynch, if you guys have heard of Blue Velvet, he's done a bunch of amazing movies, did Twin Peaks. And it's out there, and I feel like it is the closest thing to Higurashi, like in normal media, non-animated, that can really exist. Because it has kind of like corny, campy moments too. But I felt like this, really, especially with the music, I thought it gave me a lot of vibes from Twin Peaks. So I don't know what you guys think. Anyone that's watched Twin Peaks, let me know if you agree or disagree. I'd love to hear your opinion on that. But I think if you've seen it, you would agree with me for sure. Now, someone that comments regularly on my videos, Lambda Delta, they pointed out that, especially with these first two episodes, for anyone that didn't watch the original, this is kind of a good way to see more of Reina and all the stuff that's going on with her father and this girl Rina, because that was something that Go did not touch on at all. But Go did a really good job of trying to make a show that if you didn't see the original, you can kind of figure things out. And I do like that this arc is kind of filling in some holes that if you only watch Go, you were missing this kind of aspect that I feel like is very important. And guys, I loved how they are portraying Satoko now, and just kind of seeing her in kind of these different situations where she's kind of lurking and watching. Because before we didn't really see that until we realized that she was kind of the villain in Go. Which there were random scenes and stuff you would see she's kind of looking like. Some people pointed out that she was looking suspicious. I honestly didn't really notice it until the reveal was almost done. And I am interested to see, we saw how Satoko was able to inject Reina, how there was that open opportunity. I think it is kind of cool in some of these answer arcs how we're going to see how Satoko was able to kind of pounce on that. I did think it was funny she did not really even destroy the evidence very well. She just threw it in a trash can right there in the school. I don't know. I feel like that's kind of can be important later on because that is a bit sloppy for someone who sets up traps and everything and plans everything out. It is a bit arrogant. Thinking that, oh, I'll just throw it out right here, and it's sitting on top of the trash you can totally see. So that's just something I noticed. I don't know if that's going to be significant, but I feel like it can be very significant later on, and it does kind of show the um, kind of cockiness that Satoko has a little bit. Seeing the people in the original and like just seeing people go through like the side effects of the Hanimizawa syndrome, you just feel bad for the people because they have really no control. And seeing like Reina being like she's forced to go through this. Satoko, her one of her best friends, injects her with this, making her mad, and it just is really sad. And I have, even though these people are murdering people, you have sympathy for them because they are not able to control what they're doing, and this has such a hold over them. And I feel like that was very evident when Rena, Reina's father's like sugar baby almost. I don't even know if they've had sex, but she she comes to the realization that she doesn't want to keep hustling Reina's father anymore, and we see a side of her that was not seen in the original. It seems like it has the same situation that Hojo went through, where like you've looped so many times that you start to realize like, oh shoot, I am a horrible person, and I shouldn't do this. Um, Hers is he's a single parent, and he doesn't want to do that anymore because of that, or she doesn't want to do that anymore because of that, which is, I mean, she's not a good person, or I wouldn't even say really trying, but I guess that's a step in the right direction. So that was interesting to see that side of her. And even though she admits that, Reina just has no control and still murders her. Whereas if she was at like not L5, I feel like she would have been able to control herself. But yeah, just at that level, like, she just has no self control and is just mad. And like Keiichi, you see he didn't even find the body, and she just thinks that he found the body and is like, "Oh, I have to take care of him as well. I have to work harder." Um, Her setting up like all the murder stuff also gave me like Dexter vibes. I don't know if any of you that have watched Dexter, but it just reminded me of how she was setting all of that up. I'm like, oh yeah, this is really reminding me of Dexter right now. Seeing, and this may be something like, I don't know, wild to think. But seeing how someone who is inherently a bad person uh, is able to change through looping, it made me think, and this is just like a wild thought I had, so if you think I'm an idiot, like, let me know in the comments, but don't say it so mean. But I'm like, let's say that they did 100 years worth of loops, and again, so like from this point on, there Satoko keeps injecting people, and most of the time these are like inherently like pretty decent people. So I was thinking like, what if like they start to build up a mental resistance to these injections? Is that something that could happen where like Satoko's plan uh, could eventually just become null and void if like people like Tepe and Rina are able to like change who they are from the looping? Could good people be able to fight off the syndrome after so many years of looping? I don't know. That's just a thought I had. I doubt they'll even get into that, and that would, I don't even know how you portray that. Maybe have a flash forward after 100 loops and just show the resistance, but it probably wouldn't be good for the show. But it was just something that I thought about, and they probably shouldn't explore that. But I don't know. It's just something I thought, and I thought I would bring up to you guys. And I don't know if anyone else thought about that. Like, man, these horrible people are able to change. Maybe these good people can develop a resistance to this injection. Now, I'm interested to see, like, in the next episode, I feel like it's going to go into the Keiichi scene. Now, I don't know, maybe she's going to try to kill Oishi, too. That could be something. Um, who knows, maybe when she has the thing with Keiichi, Oishi comes and is, like, interviewing her, and she tries to kill him, or so. Because I know that it seemed like showing him interviewing her about the disappearance and seeing her reaction, I feel like she is going to be gunning for him along with Keiichi. But I feel like they can address both of those in one episode. The other question, it seems kind of obvious with, at least to me, I think it's kind of obvious how like Rika and Satoko died. I feel like Satoko probably killed Rika and then just killed herself. And even in episode 4 of Go, they kind of mention that some people think that it was like a murder or a suicide, even. And the fact with they have like the lack of capabilities of like forensics, then, especially in that small town, and they even think it looked slightly like a suicide. I feel like that is kind of a dead giveaway, and it's a knife that seems to be being used in other arcs. And we already know that Stoko is totally fine with killing herself. So I don't know. I think that death, or those deaths, are kind of, I feel like those are kind of straightforward. And I feel like they can resolve all of that in the next episode. And I kind of hope they do. I thought they were going to do like 2 episodes per answer arc, just because it looks like we're only getting 15 episodes. I hope that maybe they do another thing after Sots, but I feel like where Higurashi really shines is some of the longer arcs. And if we do like 4 episode answer arcs for the 3 question arcs, I mean that's like 12 episodes, and I don't know if I would really want that necessarily, since we're not getting that many episodes. But I digress. I don't know. What do you guys think? Would you rather have them dive into that more, or like kind of? I feel like 3 per arc would be more than enough. Oh, and one other thing that I thought was like pretty interesting that Josh Boone mentioned in my comments was that the nurse at the end of the first arc of Go, she's actually the same nurse that is in like episode 5 of Kai, and she kind of plays a major role in stuff that happens in Kai. So I don't know if it's just an Easter egg, or maybe that is something that's going to be important. So I'm interested to see if that is utilized as well. Now, more into like theories. I feel like there is such a major emphasis in the opening on Satoko and Rika in kind of their St. Lucia Academy clothing. I personally feel like we are going to get uh, a lot of time kind of in that environment. And they even show like it looks like Shion is kind of looking at the school. So I don't know. There's a lot of things they can do with St. Lucia, kind of in the future. And I don't know, for Umineko fans, we know that Ainge went there and a fragment for Umineko. So and that's not even a spoiler, by the way, guys, for Umineko. And if you read Umineko, don't give spoilers, but there are characters who spent time there in Umineko. So I don't know, maybe we can have kind of, that's a way they can kind of tie things in, perhaps. I'm thinking they're not. I just don't think they're going to have enough episodes to really go into like a Umineko crossover, unless they try to reference um, some characters in there, and maybe next year they're gonna do like a reboot of Umineko, since apparently the anime is horrible. Which, like, I've been doing the visual novel. I'm like, and probably 100 hours in. Maybe not that much, but I'm close to 100 hours in, and I'm only halfway through the story. So I have no idea how they did like what, like 24 episodes for like a 200-hour visual novel. Like there's just not a way you can do that well. So I would be pumped if they actually like did did the anime in a good way, and I think there is a chance that they could do that. I honestly feel like there's probably a better chance that they do a Siconia anime instead. But all the worlds are connected and stuff, and I know there's been references with the feathering that's not feathering, and some Siconia references. There's references to Umineko. The closest thing to any of those that I feel like is really there's a good chance is that they use this story to kind of set up the birth of Lambda Delta and Bernkastel. Like if they set that up, then they could just do a whole new like witches story, which that could be interesting. Or again, Umineko or Siconia. So that's kind of intriguing and kind of I'm getting the vibes that they're gonna kind of do like a witches, like the Joker movie where you kind of see how he became the Joker. I feel like Sots. I feel like we're kind of seeing how Rika and Satoko possibly turn into these other entities. So that's how I'm feeling right now. And like, I'm just going to mention a name, still MIA basically from all of the stories. Satoshi, where the hell is he? He's gotta play a role. If he's just omitted from, he's virtually not been utilized at all in Go. And if he's not utilized at all in So's, I'm going to be completely shocked. I feel like he's going to be so important for the story, and I'm going to try to not bring him up every single video, but it's hard not to when he keeps being left out, and he's such a like major, like such an important person in Higurashi. So I just feel like he's gonna have to play some type of role in the end of this story. But maybe not. Maybe they just feel like that his story has been told in Kai and some of original Higurashi, and we don't need to get into it. But I love to hear what you guys thought about the episode. Let me know your guys' theories in the comments below. Only thing I ask, no Umineko spoilers. And yeah, I would say don't talk about Higurashi spoilers from the original, but I mean, almost everything has been touched on. But I guess if you're going to talk about like the Great Disaster or whatever, I can't remember the exact name of it. Like, obviously, do spoilers, and I didn't say what that is, but I feel like that's the only thing that hasn't been touched on in this new iteration of Higurashi. But thanks for watching, guys. So excited to go on this journey with you all again, and yeah, let me know your thoughts.